God for now.
Baby, let's take a scenic route. We can do the dash or we can slow down. I think we found our rhythm now. Only death can part us, so thank God for now. All is fair in love and war, okay, I know that's true. Some may pray on us, but we just pray through. Baby, let's take the scenic route. We can do the dash or we can slow down.
That's the lead in.
Can we just be kids again? Laughing, holding hands, merry-go-round romance, jump into forever then. No matter the quest, I'm with you to the end. Through the tears and smiles, rain, sunshine, or clouds. Can we just thank God for the middle? Cause only death can part. Thank God for now.
Baby, let's take a scenic route. We can do the dash or we can slow down. I think we found our rhythm now. Only death can part us, so thank God for now. All is fair in love and war, okay, I know that's true. Some may pray on us, but we just pray through. Baby, let's take the scenic route. We can do the dash or we can slow down.
Oh, no. You know I didn't say that.
Can we just be kids again? Laughing, holding hands, merry-go-round romance, jump into forever then. No matter the quest, I'm with you to the end. Through the tears and smiles, rain, sunshine, or clouds. Can we just thank God for the middle? Cause only death can part. Thank God for now.
Baby, let's take a scenic route. We can do the dash or we can slow down. I think we found our rhythm now. Only death can part us, so thank God for now. All is fair in love and war, okay, I know that's true. Some may pray on us, but we just pray through. Baby, let's take the scenic route. We can do the dash or we can slow down.
The human God created you is possible.
Can we just be kids again? Laughing, holding hands, merry-go-round romance, jump into forever then. No matter the quest, I'm with you to the end. Through the tears and smiles, rain, sunshine, or clouds. Can we just thank God for the middle? Cause only death can part. Thank God for now.
Baby, let's take a scenic route. We can do the dash or we can slow down. I think we found our rhythm now. Only death can part us, so thank God for now. All is fair in love and war, okay, I know that's true. Some may pray on us, but we just pray through. Baby, let's take the scenic route. We can do the dash or we can slow down.
When we get this strip of land and we all side by side, we just gonna pull up.
Can we just be kids?
What is happening? There we go. It is. It's here. Episode 2. You ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
I'm excited. Rashida's excited. How are y'all doing out there? Can we get some? Can we get some love in the chat? Can we see how y'all doing tonight? Who's in the chat with us?
Pastor Deborah's in the chat.
Say what's up.
Hey, Pastor Deborah.
Put some waves in the chat. Let us know you're there. Let us know that you are ready and excited for this moment. Y'all know. There they go. There they go. We see you guys coming in. We're excited. We hope you guys are excited. Yeah, there you go. Some waves. There they go. There they go. There they go. Y'all know we love the interaction. We love to see who's in the building, the virtual building, right? But I believe tonight is going to be awesome. And we have some special guests. And they are literally waiting in the wings to be called in. But we want to give them a grand welcome to the podcast, to the live version of the podcast. And I'm so thankful for this platform that God has given us and created for us to share and grow through. And that's the truth, right? That when two people have made a decision of to death do us part, that we have to continue to grow. We have to continue to talk. We have to continue to conversate, because everything won't always be as you mapped it out or planned it to be. But we know that we have the Holy Spirit as a guide, as a helper, and He's here, right? He's here to make that commitment that we spoke of being together until death do us part. You got something to say, Mom, before we bring in the Joneses?
No, let's bring in the Joneses.
All right, y'all ready? Let's bring in the Joneses. Let's bring in the Joneses. There they go.
Oh, okay.
There they go. This is real. This is real. You know,
We shirted up. We shirted up.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can hear y'all.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Turn up your volume.
Turn up our volume.
There you go.
Do I need this all louder?
Oh,
Are you
now
up volume now?
yeah.
Okay. Good to see y'all. Thank you for having
We
me.
outside, but we inside.
Huh.
We outside inside.
We outside, inside.
Okay.
Hello.
I mean, just thinking about episode number 1 that they've already seen in preparation for episode number 2, right? Like, how did it hit y'all? How was the moment? How was the atmosphere? Just tell us about it, right?
So I mean, it was an awesome time, right?
Yeah.
Being able to dialogue and talk and share things out loud that truthfully we haven't been able to share with each other. And it was quite comical to watch it, to say the least, because when you're going through different things, it doesn't feel as good as it does when you could talk about it after. And so to relive those moments, to realize my failures in that, I tried to spin, but she didn't care about that. It was a sight to behold. But then I will say I was able to have some conversations with people at the church, and they were like, we really needed that. Like, we needed to hear that it's not just us, it's not just me, and we appreciate what you all shared. So it was great, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I feel like for me it was a good time. I feel like, you know me, I be chilling. So yeah, I feel like I don't know. You said it's like, stuff that wasn't talked about. I think even though you don't say stuff out loud, I be knowing it in my head, and I just be like, it's gonna work itself out. So I don't, I just be like,
I had a lot of the ladies like, Pastor Rashida, thank you for that. Thank you for hearing our cry. I was like, whoa.
Oh,
There's
with the needs.
a cry out
Was
there.
it the needs?
There was a cry. And
The needs were spoken for.
And I definitely, had quite a few men, like, man, let's talk about it. What's the need and what's the bill?
What's the need? It's still to be determined.
What's the need? What's the bill? And I think it was awesome for, like, the main goal we have here is to get people to laugh at what they're mad at.
Yeah.
And just to see the laughs that would come after, like, man, like, what is it? Like,
right.
I didn't know this was a universal conversation. I didn't know this was universal. I didn't know that, like, everybody's having these conversations, and it's like, no, everyone is.
Everyone.
There's no point. Just laugh at it, man. Don't be mad.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's your best bet.
This is a full life conversation, and continue having it. And I'm just thankful for y'all coming. Y'all's and just to even, give a little backdrop information. Truth be told, the Joneses had less than 36 hours to get ready for the podcast. And so,
bring themselves. They just brought themselves. They brought the realness.
That's it.
And what y'all think? Just for a moment, let's talk a little bit about the destination itself, right? Talk about the destination, because one of the things we want to promote on this podcast is we want to promote couples getting away together, going and enjoying life together, prioritizing those moments and those locations. So being on location is so much a part of the presentation, because it just gives you a different perspective to view things from. But talk a little bit about the destination, because this one was special to me, because it was right here in the Bay Area.
Right. I'm gonna let you go first, because you usually book our travel And then I'll jump on after that.
No, it was super nice. Obviously, one, it was Ricky's birthday weekend, so
That's true.
But no, it was super nice. I like nice hotels, and so it was very nice. Floor to ceiling windows, that was super nice. The food was good. The staff was super friendly. Like, oh my gosh, and so accommodating. Like, we went to go to the pool, and it was like, hey, do you need help setting up your towel at the pool? I've never been anywhere where they asked me if I need help setting up my towel at the pool.
And based off of what I said in the podcast, what you think I said? Nah, I gotta play for it.
I was like, no, you can do it.
You gotta play for it, no.
I said, nah, I got it, because I ain't know what was gonna be next.
I'm like, you're gonna lay this down on this check for me. So it was very nice. It was very nice.
Yeah, and I mean the view was amazing, right? Shouts out, it was in Clearwater, because I don't know if the people knew that, but it was in Clearwater. You was able to see the beach. You were, I don't know if we're gonna say the name of the hotel, but nonetheless, if you do, beautiful situation. And I mean, we was walkable at night, so we had a nice stroll out there and whatnot. So
there was a balcony, so
there
we
was
got
a
to
balcony.
see that.
Yep.
Our kids got to see a little bit. We had them with us for a little bit, so they definitely enjoyed the pool, the jacuzzi.
Hello. The highlight for them is that on every floor there's a snack bar. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's free snacks.
Oh snap!
Oh, got Ricky like that. Ricky like that.
Hello. And, but no, it's a spot. If you want to get away but not go too far, that is the hotel that you want to do it in, as far as I'm concerned. And I would highly recommend it. If y'all anybody in the chat that goes, y'all let us know. We'll meet you outside.
Y'all put some palm trees in the chat if you've been thinking about your next destination, the next place you gonna go with your significant other. If you've been just like trying to find a space, like, you know, we need to take that scenic route. You know, if you hear it in the song, right? I think I hit the note. Let's take the scenic route. You know,
I've been
trying to work
something in there.
Never made it. Whoa. Okay,
that's what confidence will do.
Too soon. I've been working on it in the background.
Yes, sir.
One service, I'm just gonna step up and, like, you know,
bring it.
And then the whole. But I'm gonna be right.
We're gonna be behind you. We got your back.
Yeah,
I'm gonna support it. You know me. I
lost it all, but now I see.
Okay. At the end of the day, I'm gonna clap loud, so I just clap over it if I need to.
Not clap over it.
Listen. You guys are here. Man. We're here. Are y'all ready to have a good time?
It's gonna be a good time.
I don't see any palm trees. We're not planning any trips out here.
I'm planning trips. I'm always planning. I've been putting my palm trees.
No. They can let them put palm trees.
Single, but I'll treat myself.
There we go.
There it is. I do know some people that's going. Are we gonna say the hotel? Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, we were the beautiful Opal Soul Resort, the new part of Opal Sands. They welcomed us with open arms into their resort, allowed us to set up in the midst of their vacationers, because there were people vacationing
in the background.
In the middle of our video.
You gonna see them in the shot, sandwich, and everything.
But yes, it was a beautiful day, and we seek to, right. Y'all keep praying. It is our heart's desire to set up a marriage retreat.
Yes. We want it.
Marriage retreat.
We want it. And we have a spot. We got the perfect spot.
We do.
We've already been out there. Like, we've been out with them out there, and it's a beautiful spot.
We going.
Yeah. Likewise,
Oh, interesting.
But I do, we see this as, and I tell people, like, no, it is most definitely multifaceted, and in the sense that, these are conversations that I truly believe for those seeking to be married. Also, it's great to hear the reality, and it's great to make your mind ready and start to think about what marriage is and what happens inside that car when you pull the engine and you look at the parts, like these are the parts. So I'm so thankful for all of our singles that's in the chat tonight.
Cool.
That's so awesome.
Hey y'all.
Yeah. Hey y'all.
That's it.
But y'all ready for episode number 2? If you're ready for episode number, put some 2s in the chat. Put some deuces in the chat.
Are we gonna come back after this episode?
We're gonna come back afterwards. We got to come back.
Okay.
Y'all gonna still be here?
We'll be here. Suited up, dressed like,
I'll let y'all know. The closer and closer it get to our bedtime.
Huh.
But we'll be here.
Listen, if we being honest, I just came straight out of my Sunday nap.
He did.
Respect.
Oh, refreshed.
I don't know if he's refreshed. He's more like shocked.
Yeah. I'm understanding. I'm getting to the refreshing. You know, that's the thing about that live on Sunday evening, right? She's like, Bryan, it is 7:40. I said, who?
Listen.
He didn't even know his name. That's some good sleep. Which you deserved it. You did spectacular today.
Yeah, you taught 2 services.
You did. And 2 phenomenal ones. You took us all to school, class, and you graduated us in the same day.
You better catch it. You better catch Sunday service.
I got my diploma. But it was a good service. I've been redeemed, you know what I'm saying? Righteousness, propitiation. I got all the words. Justification. I'm here. I'm ready.
You know my favorite is the forbearance. Like forbearance, that's wild.
That's that withholding. Still to this day. I got that one.
That is God. That's
in the text.
Yes.
Oh, no, that was good. That was good,
I've
sir.
always been forbearing. Like, wait.
They had to take a minute and be like,
oh, you're right. We did have them idols. We were storing manna. You're right, God.
And they memorize them parts.
Hello. Changers.
It's amazing the parts you forget. Like you know, it's amazing. But yes.
You did good.
It was beautiful. But if y'all are ready, I see the 2s are in the chat.
Listen, the 2s all in the chat.
Listen, Pastor Greg is in the background
on,
DJing this event. And so Pastor Greg, let's go ahead and let's play number 2 and we'll see you guys afterwards.
See you soon.
We can do the dash show.
But y'all got some kids.
We do.
Yeah,
we
they
have
got
2 beautiful kiddos.
And if there's one thing I could say, that'd be like, man, that is so dope, right? How your kids tie into the overarching direction of your household has always been dope to me. And I'm speaking that in particular because anybody knows the Joneses, you know that y'all's fresh off a stint in Africa.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But this wasn't a solo stint. This is kids and everybody in tow.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you from talking to their kids, they was Africa promoters. Like they were in. Like it was complete alignment. There was no kink in the armor.
No.
So just talk a little bit like how does that look? How does that work? How do y'all like keep that family on the same page?
Yeah, no, I love that. What you have, my dear?
I would say for one, it definitely starts with Ricky, allowing him to be the leader in our household. So when he says something, like that's what it is, not in a weird like authoritarian dictator type of way, but I think it helps a lot when even if the kids have questions, because of course it's like, we're moving to Africa, like where even is that? Bring out a globe, like what's going on? Like them seeing, once Ricky said it, them seeing my comfort in it, them seeing me excited about it.
Well, you just said something crazy, right? Like, and I don't even know if you were like hearing what y'all was saying, but like, and I think this is something that we gotta like talk about, right? Like being okay with an hierarchy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't say okay with a dictatorship, but being okay with a hierarchy. And unfortunately, like people like misalign those two things. That you said that like a part of their reception is your reaction to him. Like you're mindful of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like and even in moments where maybe there's just questions that I have about a transition or about a thing, like I'm intentional about asking that, not necessarily while they're standing right there. We're a really transparent family, even when we sit at the dinner table and talk about things, but I'm intentional about making sure if there's a question I have that could come off as questioning, I'm mindful of the moments in which I choose to ask those questions so I can get clarity. So again, then when we're talking to the kids and we're presenting what we're saying, But
I want to talk about a moment where you were on the edge of that though. I think everybody being at like an even kill moment, like it's easy to manage. Right. But I know like I've been in moments where it's like, okay, Bryan, like Amber's here. Right. What are moments where Ricky and Rain were there and it was like, this is really pushing, pushing
the button.
Around the conversation of Africa or just in general?
Africa, just in general. It could be Africa.
Yeah.
Right?
Something where it's like he maybe said one of us said something, we weren't necessarily agreeing the same thing.
Man, that's interesting. I would have to think about that because oftentimes if she says something, especially if it's dealing with the kids, it is what it is. Like you go for it the way you want to go for it, as I would desire for you to allow for me to discipline or go for it the way I want to go for it.
It's kind of like whoever said it first. Like if we're with the kids, whatever was said first,
that's good.
Like we just go with that, and then if we need to deal with it on the back end, change something, whatever. But whoever says the first thing first, like that's kind of what it is.
Because if not, you're gonna confuse the child. The child gonna be like, do I listen to my mom or do I listen to my dad?
Yeah. You can't have that. You can't have it in the house with two of them that's growing, that's thinking, that's plotting and planning.
Have you ever raced to just be first?
Oh my goodness, Bryan.
No.
I haven't because I know my way.
Have you?
My way is whoop first, we'll talk after.
Right.
Have I ever raced to be first? I've never raced to be first because I've already received that like Amber and you, like how y'all think is like more connected than how me and Amber think.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that.
I'm like, that's just who I'm always like, I'm okay with recognizing things that I found out that many people aren't being okay with. And so it's like, I've found people that they would never admit that their spouse may have a closer connection to their child than they do. For me, that doesn't bother me.
Facts.
Right, because you have
I'm the same way.
I know what the connection I have is.
Yes, sir.
That is true.
And so in most cases, when Amber is needing discipline, like in my case, it's all overdone, if you ask me. But that's the problem. Most of it is not overdone. And so that's when I realized, like for her, that's when I realized, Bryan, like, you just need to take a back seat because you gonna mess up something. And I just have to like turn to the side. Like, but I'm just extremely sensitive to discipline in general.
Copy.
Yeah.
Like I'm a volume person. I'm a moment person.
Copy.
I'm like a tone tech, all the it's.
Yes.
Like I'm all of them.
All of them.
And so it's gonna be rare for there ever to be a win. And so I think like that from that space, like that's what helps me. Realizing that, Bryan, there was never gonna be a way you said was right. And so it's like I just gotta I gotta be okay with how this needs to happen because Rashida and Amber, like she knows how to get right on her level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes she'll tell me like, she'll be like, listen, like the way she talking, she trying to develop some type of positioning. Like, and I'm thinking like, my daughter's trying to position herself
already.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even most recently, she's been cracking down on the response time. I noticed like she's been like, Amber will do something, and if she don't do what Rashida says within 15 seconds, like it's a problem.
Copy.
Well, because that's how, and again, it triggers back to how you was raised.
Yeah.
If I say, Amber, can you pass me that water bottle right there? Sure, Mom. And she'll go back to watching her iPad. I said, you right, I do give her a good.
The 15 is a long time.
Didn't I tell? And she's like, oh. And it's not that she's doing it intentional. Her mind is somewhere else. So I say, turn off the iPad, put it, and Bryan be like, whoa, it's so deep. It is.
Listen, I be having to get up and remove myself. You know what I'm saying?
But it's okay. My mom always says it's training, Rashida.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is certain times where she needs vulnerability and her dad is there.
Copy.
And she knows that if she's upset, I'll nurture her, but only to a certain degree. Exactly. Because I know you have these feelings, but when she wants like a comfort, always her dad.
But what I also too, right,
Always.
realizing that this, right, like, and I see this, right, and I'm like, man, if more people would make like the shift, I think it will bring like health to like their marriage and their relationships. It's like in marriage, like the moment you start counting wins and losses, you're on the wrong side
For sure.
Like you have to realize that everyone's gonna have wins and losses. There's times where I'm gonna be wrong about the budget and she's gonna be right. There's times where I'm gonna be wrong about Amber and she's gonna be right.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to do two where I'm right and she wrong just to balance out this conversation. I just realized I gave her two rights and me both wrongs. You know what I'm saying? That's just humility. I'll let that ride.
Yeah.
But I'm
And
just
it's
saying
good.
the point is never count.
Yeah.
Like never count.
We're a team. We're not against each other. It's a partnership.
Right.
So I feel like if I have a win, we all have a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, I know early on in our marriage, definitely in like the first year, one thing that Ricky and I talked about is like, it was just like, we are on the same team. And so literally just having that thought in mind, whatever the decision that's made in anything, whether it's money, where we live, raising the kids, literally anything, the other person is never actively trying to do something to bring detriment or demolish the growth of who we are. So if something does go wrong, it wasn't intentional.
Right.
Yeah. And I think you just said something. I'm like, right, because I'm like big on recognize what the win is, right? The win isn't being right. The win is being together.
Yes.
Right?
So
the
true.
loss isn't being wrong. The loss is being separate.
True.
Yeah.
Right? So
That's
you
true.
never should want to win for this at the cost of being separate.
Yeah.
And you should never take the results of losing to being separation.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't allow that to be the trigger.
And you got to be okay with being corrected as well. I had to learn that too. As a parent, I've always tried to do the right thing. And sometimes I miss it. And Bryan will look at me, he'll say, Rashida, you were kind of hard on her. And I would say, no, I'm not. And then the Holy Spirit will convince me, yes, you were. So the change in dynamic is now I'll go to her and I'll say, did I hurt your feelings? And she'll say, yeah, Ma, it's the way you said it. Not what you said, it's how you said it. So now we're having, my mom never did that with us.
Right.
I don't know how she felt when she finished fussing us out and going in the room. But now it's starting to affect me to even now I'll go to her and say, Mommy didn't mean to yell, but this is why it went to that level because when I had said it 3 times, you ignored me. And she's like, oh, okay.
Now I want to bring up a moment, right? You know what I'm saying? We have been in a lot of moments together.
For sure.
The 4 of us.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I think one of the most infamous moments.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what he's going to bring because we got a few.
Infamous moments.
That twin zone.
Was a London trip.
I knew he was going to say that. That Paris and London trip.
I have a good ability of trying to forget rough times.
They weren't married long, though.
No,
they weren't married
we
long.
weren't.
Like
2 years?
6 months?
No, not 2 years because we were still in Atlanta. So
yeah.
it was less than, it was probably like 6 months that we were married.
My
maybe.
Lord.
Yep.
Let's
go there.
Let's talk about it.
Oh gosh.
Right.
So tell the story. We actually went to London.
We did. We started in New York. That was beautiful. We had the opportunity to go in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And we saw the Statue of Liberty. We were able to go through the traffic, all that fun. Going to London, which was my first time ever.
Me
well,
too.
we were going to Paris. Remember, we were in Paris.
Yes.
And
we were
then
in
there was a
Paris.
surprise that we were going to London.
Yes. And so, so any other parts I'm missing?
Yeah, we rode on the train and you were like,
you went straight. You went straight to London.
Okay. So tell the story.
We're in London. Yeah.
Tell the story.
We got on the train and you decided during this long train ride to check people's reflexes.
Yeah.
And you hit my knee.
We were on this train.
You gotta set it up.
Y'all gotta hear this. We're on a train. We're on a train.
After
Listen,
amazing high.
We are supposed to be like, we left New York. This was like a
Yes.
3-city, like
Yeah, but
we
we
were
were
in New York.
to Paris.
to
We're in
London.
the car, supposed to go on like a tour. We end up at the airport. I'm like, no, surprise. You've never been to London. Always wanted to go. We're going to London.
We flew surprise flight to London.
Yes.
Like, we live in that life.
We did.
We get on the train that's taking us to London.
To the city, yeah.
Ricky is going around playing games,
Yes, he
talking
is.
about, reflex checks.
Because we
He was
bored.
doing it on all of us.
We
Yeah,
on
we
this
bored.
dark tunnel train situation, and it's like, what do? You just
Ricky
try
said,
to
"I'ma
figure
play a
out stuff.
game."
We're gonna play a game. This was like no cell phones. We have connection.
Yeah.
We talking, conversation ran out. So now I'm gonna do some reflex checks.
Because that's the next obvious
That's
thing
next.
to do.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Why
a
not?
Ricky move.
So he's
boom.
Yeah, so he's
Very
hitting
Ricky.
Hit the knee. I hit Pastor C knee. Boom. She hit it. Caca. Ooh, went out. All right, reflex. Hers works. So let me go to Chrystle. Let me do it. Pop. Went out. Another out. Second time. Ow, you hurt me. You hit me. Whoa.
Yeah,
I hit you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that thing went top shelf.
I'm not
That thing went top shelf. It was,
As you're her brother, what did you think was
listen,
happening?
first of all,
immediately.
I think we've all been in moments like where you have awkward couple moments where it's like, oh snap, we was all double dating. We was all
That's
on this
it.
trip
We
together.
on this train.
And then you realize like you in the middle of a potential domestic dispute.
Right, but that's
And
your
like-
sister is different.
Listen,
Curious. I never
first-
asked.
I
said, what?
was
So-
thinking, what is
What
Bryan
was going through
thinking
your
about
mind?
his
Who was
sister?
wrong?
First of all, I'm very like I told y'all before, so I'm tones, textures, situations. I'm reading the situation.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, she overreacted. But I also know
You know your sister.
She's prone to explosion. and so unless I want to be on the side, or when he's receiving
I know my
too,
sister. I know my sister.
I'm thinking like, how can we manage this? Like, my mind is simply goes
Yeah,
to like
gotcha.
manage mode. Like,
Avoid.
I'm like, how much more time we got on this train? like, because we got to be right before we get off this train.
That's the thought.
And so I'm looking around, I'm thinking like that, but I'm like at the same time,
We
I'm
actually left y'all. Did y'all remember
So-
that?
so
We
that's
Brian
the
said-
point.
Brian said,
So
baby,
that's
we
the
gotta
point.
go.
So
It escalates. It escalates
Yeah.
on the train. We get off the train. Crystal's getting louder about how I hit her. Don't nobody
London,
hit me.
y'all.
Ricky
Because
going
I
to
said
jail
you
in
needed
London.
to apologize.
And she wanted me to apologize.
And
No,
he's like, I'm not going to
I'm
apologize.
not apologizing. I did not hit you. So then we get
this
off.
is King Petty, right?
Yeah.
And this is one of the things we like
Yep.
to talk about.
Talk
is
about
because it's amazing how
I'm willing.
like petty moments, like those little small moments,
Yeah.
turn into literal domestic disputes.
My goodness.
Right,
Internationally.
and I think everybody knows when their relationship is a ticking time bomb walking around. Everybody knows when it's like eggshell season.
Okay.
Right, like it's eggshell
Shell
season.
season.
Like I already
Wow.
know this.
We
is,
was good,
this is,
though.
This
We
is
was
very
good.
triggering, and so it's like you try to avoid the
Okay.
little petty moments. I'm just saying.
Yes, sir.
I know for y'all,
Yeah.
right? The
Eggshell
thing was, and that's my point, right?
Okay.
It's like everything was good,
Yeah.
Right.
but clearly. I don't know whether she had watched something last night about like
Crystal was
how
hungry
not
and
to allow
tired.
your husbands
We were
to touch
hungry
you.
and tired. That's
like,
what it
it's like
was.
something changed her whole
Immediately.
reaction. And so then when she got off the train,
Oh, it got worse.
This was more. It was less about the. I don't even know. I'm even hesitating still. I'm
Yeah.
about to call it the touch or hit. I don't know if this is still.
You
eggshell.
saw it.
And so
No,
I was
I'm
like,
good now.
I was like, so you know.
You call it what you want.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You know, that's
I
what-
love to know your perspective.
but in the
Thank you,
moment,
Pastor
I
Rashida.
didn't even know what to call it. I
Yeah.
was like, so in the embrace,
Yeah.
that was too soft for her, accurate for him, and she like embrace. I'm like, well, I ain't in it. So,
And of
she
course,
was-
I didn't know you felt that way. Like, oh man, she overreacted. Because this is what I was thinking. Why don't he just apologize so we can move on? Because it hurt.
That was the
her.
only thing I wanted.
And I kept saying, I don't understand why
talk
Ricky
to us about
and
those-
Brian's
Why?
like is overreacting. I'm
Why
like,
I
no.
didn't is because you can't let it go down as you hit your wife. I did not hit her. If I apologize,
I didn't
I'm
know you were
saying
thinking like
I
that.
hit my wife. And you
Right.
will never
She
be
just
able to
was
say
saying
that.
I don't think she was caring about that part. I think Crystal was like, it hurt me.
Like, ow.
And what she say after that?
You hit me.
That was the problem. She
Because
can't, we
in
can't
her
leave
mind,
London
you
and
hit
she
her.
tell her daddy,
So, right.
I hit her.
Oh, I hear you. Now you're thinking okay, I got you now.
oh no,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yes.
because I catch them words too. Like, wait, hold up now.
Correct.
I'm gonna need you to put that in the right category.
Please.
Please.
Yeah,
break it
tell
down.
your daddy or your brothers I
It's
hit
a
you.
reflex test. But what I knew was,
It
I know
hurt.
Ricky. I know what he don't like. Even though we met and married quickly, I know he don't like a scene.
No, I don't like that.
And you gave him all of it.
And so
Oh,
I was
gosh.
like, it's okay. Now I just have to go through stages. First stage, isolation.
She did. As soon as we got off the train,
I was like, come on, Brian, let's have fun together, the two of us.
she did.
Hello, I am here.
I was fully wrapped up. She was
Where is
she was
They
on.
walked off. They
But then I
started
had to
walking and
remember he
skipping.
was the only child. So I was like, that's not going to do it.
No.
I got to
I'm
take
okay
it to
with
another
isolation.
level. So then
We around
forgot.
Buckingham Palace.
I forgot
during
what I
the
did.
guard shifting.
Okay.
And then you
there was
turn
like 3
up.
levels, but then like the last level was just being loud because he
Wow.
don't like loud and he don't like a scene.
So can I ask you something? Why did we go through all those stages? at
Because
that
I was
point?
like, I'm gonna get him to apologize.
Oh, so petty. Okay, got it. We've all had our moments, Ricky. We've
So
all
I was
had our
like,
moments.
then I was just like, okay, I gotta go next level. So then he starts walking. I wait till he gets a little distance, and then I just start yelling, "Why did you hit me? Why did
Literally,
you hit me?"
she's walking down the street
We're in
screaming,
London.
"Why did
Wow.
you hit me?"
We sticking out.
Wow.
Because
Yes.
of,
So
you
then
know,
he asked for his passport, and that helped fuel the fire.
Uh-oh,
Because
you
then I
tryna
said, "Are
leave
you
me?"
trying to leave me here in another country?" So then that
Ricky,
that
why
was
did you
like-
ask for your passport?
she was getting irate. I didn't know what was going to happen
So
next.
Ricky
why
was,
did you
he
feel
was
like
trying to
you
get his
needed your
I needed
passport
it because I
to
needed my
protect himself.
safety. I needed my. I'm international. She could run off.
wait, you
Then
said
what
you
I
need
do?
your
He literally
That
said,
was
he
my
literally said, "I need to get my
safety net.
passport."
I need to get it because what's next? She gonna leave me?
Listen,
she done done
Ricky.
it. She done, at that point, anything was possible.
Yeah, y'all were brand
So
new.
then
You were like, wait a
we're
minute.
we're walking. Then we decided to get on it. We were like following you guys onto a tour bus.
And
Because
so-
he was trying to lead a situation.
Listen, I was like, we need to do.
We get on
We need to
the-
do an activity.
We get on the Pornhub bus, and they're like handing out the like little headphones. And then like I think I like got one, and I was like, I am not getting one for him.
And that's
but
when
that was like the breaking
that
point.
was the breaking point because it went beyond yelling at me. Now she yelling at this random bus driver guy about me. And at that point I said, this is too much. Then I asked if I apologize, will all of this stop?
I remember you
She
saying
looks
that.
back and says yes. And I then say I apologize.
How did you feel at that
And then I
moment,
just
Ricky?
started
Because you did
laughing.
not want to do that.
Oh, it was full
Because
standoff.
that was the twist.
You wanted.
The apology came for all of this to stop. I didn't apologize for not hitting her.
I want to talk about this, right?
Gotcha.
That's the key
Because-
part.
But I just
Gotcha.
started laughing after he apologized.
I know y'all started laughing. I saw y'all hug, and it was over.
Listen, I think every marriage has gone through standoff season. Like how do you like standoff seasons? Like there's standoff seasons where it's like somebody's gonna have to do something to break the ice.
Respect.
So, what happened with you where you felt like you had to do something?
Well, standoff,
Like a standoff?
season.
Yeah, standoff
What did
season.
you have
First
to
of all, I
withhold?
call
Said
it
eggshell season. Now you
there's
saying
eggshell
Standoff season.
There's standoff season. So eggshell season.
It's amazing.
It defines a moment to where like every word is triggering. So eggshell season is about
yeah.
words where you got to watch every word you say
Or it might be triggering.
because any word
to go in the wrong
pop,
direction.
pop, pop.
4th of July.
Standoff season
Wait.
is where you
I go pop.
No, I'm saying everybody.
I'm getting a dribble right now.
I know, I'm just like
you know what I'm
wondering what-
saying? But what standoff season
Yes, sir.
is where any touch like it's like there's communication,
Yes.
but there's no touching.
Copy.
Because touching could symbol recovery. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay,
it's
I'm
so it's
tracking.
like standoff season.
Yes, sir.
It's like you know what I'm saying? It's almost like to the reason I say it because it's like at the moment you apologize, there's an embrace. But before that moment, there was no touching.
No.
No touching, but there was
'Cause I
talking
hit
because
her.
it was arguing.
A lot of talking
But there was no touching.
on there.
And so there's
Yeah.
like different season. Eggshell season is when you can't
Watch
say
your words.
things like you start talking real slow and as methodical as possible.
Come on.
Like you
Sounds
You sound like
scared.
T.I. You know what I'm saying? He's all the right words.
and you may even repeat some words. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure
it works.
like you ain't saying nothing like it's eggshell
Wrong.
season. You just
Okay.
like and so we went
Okay.
past there. You know,
I like
you remember
that.
when we was going there and we got there? You know what I'm saying? Like you just cause you know you gotta
There-
change the You got to go to the second part of what happened when you got there.
Yes.
But you're making sure everybody safely
So far.
is at the same place in the story. You know what I'm saying?
That was a good moment.
So-
Crystal and Ricky.
But
in
when I tell
Paris,
you,
London
Pastor
was a
Cynthia
good moment.
chewed me out. She said, "Girl, you better not never." I said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Pastor. You did. You raised me better than this." So she got on me for that.
But let's just say
But
what
I
it is,
do
right?
it again.
You ask like, so what comes
Not
after
now.
that is you
And
really have to
reflex check
realize.
after.
And it's pride.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's actually pride.
Oh, absolutely.
And we know
Absolutely.
pride comes before destruction.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
was
And when you
destroyed.
start realizing that like you're entertaining pride, that to me has to be like, I'm saying for myself, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the checking point. Like because if the only thing that you are winning in this moment
I was right.
is like an I was right or basically a surrender. Like you're
Yeah.
waiting for who's gonna surrender first. You know what I'm saying? And pride's like, oh, whatever, at whatever cost, don't you surrender.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
you surrender.
Yeah.
And I'm saying like, you know, for me, like, and I'm saying this to say like some people think that like these are some random moments. And I'm saying like this was a bust. That's what I mean by like these little moments that you should be laughing at turn into moments that you become mad at, and then they start to uncover like literal like things that are actually very destructive, right? Because what is really happening, like it's actually pride in the middle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And this could lead to something that can't last forever.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, you find out that those little things actually do. Like if it's eggshell season, man, sweet lips is what is needed.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you can't overcome the season without changing the words.
Yeah.
In standoff season, you can't get past this season without welcoming an embrace. Like, and you feel it. You can literally feel it, and sometimes it can just pop up out the middle of like nowhere. Because all of these are matters of the heart. And man, it can be because I've seen things, and I used to laugh at you, right? And we made this moment comical. But I always used to be like, I know when she been watching Lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah, when we first got married, I remember
I'll
you
be
used to
like,
say that.
you had to stop watching that Lifetime.
did.
And eventually, like at first, it was like, you know, once
That
again,
comes with maturity.
once again, it was like, are you trying to control what I watch on TV? I'm not trying to control what you watch on TV. I'm trying to control what you see on TV.
It's feeding your
starts
spirit.
to materialize in what where our marriage is going.
It's
Correct.
comparison at this
Correct.
point. Even the reality shows, I had to stop watching that.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming, he's coming home and I'm starting to question, and it is what
That's
you feed
not
your
me.
spirit.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's so good. And then even to wrap that story around to a beautiful bow, I would say, not too long ago, we had the opportunity to go back to London with the kids.
Yeah.
And we walked them down the
started
part
laughing.
where all of this happened, the culminating scene, and the part where we went onto the bus. And I told the kids, hey, me and your mom have a story about this area. We'll tell you about it in time. But to your point, we then embraced, we did a little kiss and whatnot, because we're past that.
Yeah.
And it just signified how far we've come
Yeah.
in our marriage, because now we can look at it and laugh and embrace, where at that moment it was like, what is happening? Who
Yeah.
did I marry? What is this? Right? Was going through my mind like, oh
I
my
think
Jesus.
we've always, all of us have been there where you sat back and said, who did I marry?
Quick.
But then you have to capture those thoughts
Absolutely.
really quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've always done, my mom always asked me this question too. When you're in a marriage, you got to think about it longevity wise. Like you're that upset. If that person was not to come home or
Right.
something bad happens, how would you feel?
Okay.
And I've always done that. Like my love for my husband outweighs all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Every
Yeah.
argument, everything that I could be upset with him, Brian will say, always judge the person by their character, not by their action. So that's what I've always told myself. Am I going to judge Brian because of what we're going through in this moment, or do I know the man that I married?
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and I was like, and to just expound what she's saying, like, you know, it comes from just understanding the value of long-term relationships. My father just taught us that, like, we value long-term relationships, and in uncovering that if I'm saying I value long-term relationships, the value that you get out of that is not having to react to the moment because you have a history you can look at.
Yeah.
Right? There's a resume here, right? That I don't have to, I'm not every day trying to define your character.
Right.
Like, I have a resume, you know, and
That's hard work if you have to do that.
It is, right?
Very.
And I would say this, that like also is knowing what the win is in those moments. I'll never forget, like, and I think every marriage, like when you first get married, like you try to do something that is technically impossible. You try to never let a problem happen.
Yeah, it's
You
not
try
possible.
to never let like a disagreement happen.
Right.
You try to never let an argument happen.
Right.
And then you have like your first argument, your first
like, oh,
disagreement,
Jesus.
and you realize, shoot, like I failed. Like this was never
that's
supposed
good.
to happen. It was supposed to be matrimony.
all those.
And then
All
you're
the way.
sitting in the moment that you were like, you tried to never let happen, and it's happening.
Yeah.
And I think that that's where you have to understand, like, what's the win in the marriage, that where it's like till death do you part. It's
For sure.
understanding that the win is being better at recovering, not
Nice.
avoiding it happening.
For sure.
And
That's
so
good.
I had to start saying, like, Bryan, like, you can't think it's failure because y'all are disagreeing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can't think it's failure because she's mad at you or you're mad at her. Like, failure is not being able to recover well.
Absolutely.
Right. Or
And-
work toward the recovery.
In marriage, like, it's like every year, my hope is that we recover better.
Nice.
That like what in last year took us like a week to get over, that this year, hopefully it takes
One
us
day.
6 days.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, and I would say like
That's
that's
nice.
been the fruit. Like when someone says like, man, what is one defining moment that you would say that you feel like your marriage has matured? I would say one thing, not that we don't have problems, is that we recover better from them. That I realized, and I know some of this stuff may seem comical, but I'm like, boy, this is eggshell season. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, like, you know, this is standoff season.
Yeah.
Right? Like these things sound comical, but at the same time, they help to realize, like, man, just trying to recover better.
Yeah.
Like really saying like, man, last time, like it was like this for 3 days, right? When we got to this moment. How can we not let this be 3 days and just let it be 2 days? You know,
Yeah.
because perfection is lost. And
Yeah.
I think that that's the part that a lot of people struggle with. And they're like, man, I just was hoping it would never happen. And then they find themselves like right,
Right there.
there.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. That's a
Yeah,
thought.
that's good.
Like you put a thought to maturity. You're a wise man.
I mean, we're about to be married 15 years. That's
15 years.
That is
15
beautiful.
years.
what's so crazy. We've been
15.
together we dated 4 years.
Yes.
Like the average couple. We
Okay.
dated 4 years.
Yes.
And got married, but no, it's been I'm enjoying the ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere.
All
There
right,
it
just
is.
some quick things as we close this out, right?
D. P.
Quick things we close out, right?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all have thermostat wars?
No, because he sleep when I turn it down.
And do you wake up cold?
Freezing.
Yes.
And how,
Absolutely.
and how does that hit you?
With a shiver. I mean, you were quick to say no. I would say we do. I would say we do
it's
have
not a war
thermostat
because you're
wars.
asleep while I'm doing it, so
No.
you can't fight back.
Okay. We have thermostat conversations. Maybe not a war. It doesn't
have
escalate
wars?
to a war.
What's
But we definitely
Well, just
have.
basically where it's like, you know, it's that little, you know, people be having those little
Spats, yeah.
About temperatures,
and
like
it's over temperatures, right?
Yeah,
It's
we
like
definitely
you just
have
gonna
them.
keep it cold, right? And it's
Yep.
like, man, I just want it hot. And then it's like next thing you know, you in the middle of the street in London talking about some like I'm being abused, right? Like from the temperature
Wow.
inside the
your
house.
sister can't say
Because
that.
this is my house,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You know, she can't say that.
Because they ain't hit her.
I can't tell you this though.
For the record.
I definitely have like a drink problem.
Okay.
Right? Like I love to see every drink be emptied.
Finished.
Y'all got any half bottle issues?
Yeah, I do. Because
You
my
gotta get
son will
over that.
pour the largest amount of liquid
But not with
and
me.
sip. Oh, no. I'm talking about who in the house. But if we talking about with you, no, because you
Well,
simply
you
drink
did go
water.
through that time where you would like buy me drinks, like, oh, look at this soda or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're like trying to do something nice, but it would take me like 5 days to drink like one can
Yeah.
because I don't drink a
What
lot
about
of
I'll
like
fix
drinks
it later?
fast.
Oh,
I'll
that
fix it
hurts
later.
me. That's a rough one for me.
No,
I'm
Ricky pretty gets to it.
Yeah, I get to it.
And see,
I would say
not
she
my
says I
husband.
clean it later.
That's my
Yeah.
husband. He said, I'll fix it later. It'd be 2
She
weeks.
clean it later.
Yeah, I clean it later. And I'm the
She
later.
said 2 weeks.
I'm the
that
later.
was strange. I'm gonna come back to that later.
About
But you know what I'm
fixing
saying?
it?
You know what
I
I'm saying?
guess it's okay, again,
Yes.
perspective, an expectation that I probably shouldn't put on him.
Okay.
But if I ask for something to be fixed or done,
Yes, ma'am.
I want it done like within a day.
And I'm gonna tell you, you know what's going through
My
my
husband
head?
does not do
You know what
that.
goes through my head? You ain't finna treat me like Amber.
Hello.
I get tired.
Keep your 15 seconds.
And I respect it. You know what I think? You know what would help this? If he tells me when, like, if he says,
Oh,
babe,
like
I'll
when
do-
he's planning to do it.
right. I'll just say,
I
babe,
like
can
it.
you do this? And he'll be like, all right.
Yes.
And then a week will go by. Maybe say, babe, I'll do it later when I wake up, or I'll
Yeah.
do it
Tell y'all hear
tomorrow in
something
the
funny?
morning. He
I'm
doesn't
listening.
give me a time
I don't
frame.
think she
Respect.
realized how much stuff is on her list. And so I was like, I created like a list, right? And it was like a shared note. Just so she could see how compiled it was,
About
so
the
she could
stuff.
see that every day I'm working for you. Like I'm like checking boxes. like
He's
you think it was the last
overreacting.
thing.
That is not true.
But does
You know
that
what I'm
mean
saying?
is that much broken?
No. First, it's not like broken
Take
stuff.
this, babe.
okay.
Can you please take this trash out? I can't stand it.
Gotcha.
Can you please do
You know,
this?
and so-
At least I'm not barking. I'm asking.
Yes.
But the thing is, I'm not gonna be treated like Amber.
now we
I get
know.
to manage
And
my time.
maybe it's
I get that.
maybe it's an expectation. You know what they say where you grow up from what
Yes.
you're used to.
Yeah.
When I was
that's a good
single,
conversation.
you know,
Yeah.
my dad. If I would say, "Hey, I need this done," my dad will be like, "I'll take care of this." It's just what I mimic, what I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
So when you go into a marriage, you're thinking how you were raised. That's
Yeah.
just how it went.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It doesn't always happen that way.
And I'm okay. And
Yeah.
my mom always tells me, don't compare your husband to your father.
Yes.
They're two different people. But it gives me an outline.
It does. And I will say to that point, I was so blessed and touched when I would visit the family here in Tampa, seeing Pastor Deborah serve Pastor Powe at the table. And I was like, oh, snap. I done walked into something great.
Oh, you
you
I
want
thought
me
I
to
could
bring you your
sit down.
Crystal said you thought I was
still
gonna
got
bring
the
you
your
food.
food. It
I was
doesn't
like,
bother
oh,
me.
man. But then I see Ricky and Rain getting their plates made.
Because they're
So
children.
yes, there's one.
They
No,
can't
I've
do
done
things
better.
for
I will
themselves.
make now.
I've been seeing you on Sunday.
Thank you.
It looks nice.
The Holy
He
Spirit.
come in and sit down. I
No,
said,
the Holy
oh,
Spirit
man.
got on me because I said this year intentionally I wanted Bryan to show Bryan that I
Yeah.
really do care about him
Yes,
and I
ma'am.
love him.
15
Even
years
15
later.
years
I
later.
see it, but
You know
I
what I'm
applaud
saying?
you. I applaud you because I see it, and I know that you'll even do to go place if he not there. And I say, oh, that is amazing. And
It
you know
took me
what?
a time to
It
get
helped
there,
me,
though.
because I made her one time. She
Oh,
ain't
yeah,
eat it.
that plate. Yeah, no.
And so now that's a whole nother conversation.
It's the little things that I see that he like. He doesn't like the grand. He could care less about the grand things.
Yes, ma'am.
He likes the intentional little things.
Yeah.
So this
Listen,
year
I
is
just
my
like-
year of intentionality.
I just like
and I've
clean.
been seeing it.
I like.
Thank
I
you,
just
You've
like,
Ricky.
been
I
noticed.
appreciate
I
it.
just
Yes,
like
ma'am.
clean. You know what I'm
You hear
saying?
I
that?
love clean.
Do you hear that? Ricky said he's noticed the
I
change.
did.
I do too.
He walk in, sit down,
And
play
like I
right
say,
there.
I just, I like to keep it. So I just like clean.
yeah.
He
You
does.
know, I just like
Nothing
clean.
on the counter. Nothing.
I don't like.
He don't even
counters.
want to see your toothbrush.
I just like.
Oh, bathroom.
I
We're in the
just like
bathroom now.
clean.
Mhm.
You
Like
know,
it
just
clean.
Yes.
Everything clean.
My
But I will
Lord.
say this.
You got it.
I need more
Sometimes-
She didn't get it.
No, it's sometimes you're in a rush. Sometimes you're just in a rush. As a mom,
Yes.
you're in
As
a
a
rush.
mom, I'm moving. I'm
it's-
doing this and this.
and it's not
Sometimes was every
intentionally.
time.
We all the time. We're always on go mode.
Mm.
We're on go mode as parents. But that's on another topic. That's not here.
Yeah, we think we covered enough. This
Yeah,
time.
we'll talk about more of
You
that.
know, we've had a great time with the Joneses.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yes,
We can
indeed.
go all day
we're
with
here,
them,
we're
Brian.
here in the beautiful Clearwater, Florida. Y'all know how much
Beautiful
I love
yet
Florida.
cold.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I love
Yes.
Florida.
Florida boy.
You should be in Florida. You should be in Florida. We're in Florida.
Yes.
Facts.
Just enjoying life,
Yes.
marriage, to death do us part,
Till
right?
death do
That's
us
it.
part.
I like that. I'm gonna do it with mine. To death do us part.
Boom.
That was good.
Thank you guys. We'll catch you in the next one.
Yes, bye.
Right through, baby, let's take the scenic route. We can do the dash show, we can slow down.
What is that? What is that?
Yo,
Yay!
hilarious.
I mean,
Listen, Ricky, you.
I went through it.
Listen, if y'all were laughing at today's episode, just put some hearts in the chat. Put some laughing, crying. What's the emoji? The laughing emoji.
Yes.
Put it in the chat.
Laughing, crying.
Listen, even for us, I was like, what? I can't even remember half of those moments, and I'm like, we are rolling, laughing.
Crystal said, "You want me? I mean, I'll make you a plate."
Rashida said, "I know he's not my dad, but he is, at least it should be an
outline."
Outline.
Bars.
Outline.
I need something to look forward to. Something. Give me something, Lord.
I'm just here to fill in the blanks. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking. I'm just filling the blanks.
Respect. That was a good time. That was a good time.
Good time.
It is fun watching it back. It's always fun. Like, you miss moments that happen, and you think about sometimes what you would say different, but like, it was good. Oh, that was a good time. That was a good time.
Super fun.
We relive moments.
I hope everybody had a good time.
Did y'all enjoy? If y'all enjoyed, put some waves in the chat. Let's see the waves. If you enjoyed the live. Listen, we are just so thankful for what God is growing and doing in just in our lives. Because truthfully, one of the things me and Rashida always talk about is like, she points me towards Christ, I point her towards Christ, and we get to grow. We get to enjoy the fruit of a growing relationship we have with God. And so all of this really is. It's when you think about it that way, and there's moments in life that just continue to grow you and mature you. Mm-hmm. And we get to enjoy the fruit of each other's growth. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of what I've heard. A lot of what I was listening is just like, because clearly, right, we're talking years ago. Chrystle and Rickey have literally, like, those moments, those mindsets, like, it's hilarious because they were real.
Yeah.
They were real at that time.
Yeah.
And it's like, now it's like, man, God, like, you've been good. Like, we have grown, we've matured. Mm-hmm. And I love to think about it like, that time, right? And I seen Miss Alma put into the comments, she was like, 35 years later, what used to take us weeks now takes us minutes. And that's what it is. It's realizing that you can't, a lot of people try to avoid something from happening. And it's like, things are going to happen. But how do you recover from what happened, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And 10 years later, we are far beyond those moments. No more reflex checks and none of those things. I learned quick.
You want to
that was good.
Want to pray? Well, I will. Or do y'all want to pray? Who want to pray? Y'all want to pray?
Yeah,
pray?
I like hearing Pastor Rashida pray.
I knew he was gonna say that. He said that earlier from when I did the dinner, when I prayed over the food.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "It's on you."
So funny. And that food had me rolling today too, because I was sitting there and Rashida brings me this plate. Like, this is real. Like, this is actually.
I'm trying to be intentional. I'm trying to be intentional.
No, she did good.
Look, I forgot. I be forgetting to make it. I forgot. If he asked me to do it, I would do it. I forgot.
Y'all saw what she said.
I can do it.
Rickey got to play. Rain got to play.
Rain got to play. I helped Rain. I helped Rain today.
I was like, he was sitting right.
And Rickey was standing next to me.
The little one.
If you tell me, I'll do it.
No, I sat by Pastor Bryan because.
Oh, you thought I would have seen him and then like.
We did the podcast together.
Trigger my thought or something.
Hello. Pastor Rashida passed his plate right past me. I said,
I said, excuse me.
Good. Right past my face. I guess I go get one myself.
I feel like I could sit down eating that by then, huh?
Eating good.
I'm telling you, it didn't come until year 14. Like this year, I've been intentional, Rickey.
Yeah. We got 3 more.
Maybe I'll remember tomorrow. Maybe. Sometimes I make you pull those. I do like 1, 2, or 3.
At least she cooks dinner for you.
She does. She does a great job. It's a mystery of what's going to be at our dinner table. However, it always turns out
the flavor is always there.
Words are very useful in her sentences.
I heard
the
it.
Flavor is always there.
I heard the flavor.
You may have to eat it eyes closed, but you gonna enjoy what's in your mouth.
Well, Chrystle, it's 9:02. Is it time for bed?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
9 o'clock in the bed. 9:30. Go to sleep.
Listen, all I hear is boom, boom, boom upstairs. I'm like, is this girl asleep? What is she doing? Yes. Yes.
Oh, you mean I two kids in the bed?
No, she's talking about Amber.
Oh.
We won't have no upstairs. Let's just be honest.
No, I saying like, is it time for the kids to come in? I'm like, they've been in the bed.
Upstairs, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You said who?
It's okay.
Oh, he said we are upstairs.
Oh, yeah. You know, Pastor Bryan, he good with words. He makes stuff so nice. He's so nice. We are upstairs. You're right. Look at it.
Everybody put their hands together and let's pray.
Let us.
We love Pastor Bryan.
Father God, I thank you for tonight. I thank you for the lives that were here in this moment. I pray that every word that was spoken just brought health and healing to the hearts and to the minds. I pray for just strong relationships that are fueled by you, driven by you. And Father God, I thank you for anyone who's listening or watching tonight that is in a moment in a time and they're just asking for your direction and guidance. Lord God, I pray that you pour that out, that you lead and guide them through their relationships, lead and guide them in ways that are pleasing to you. Father God, I thank you for just forgiveness. I thank you for health. And I just thank you above all else for loving us so much that we don't have to worry or be concerned in this moment because you are the author and the finisher of our lives. And I pray that wherever someone may find themselves, that they are reminded that you are their ever-present help in any time of need. And I pray that those who are to watch this in the future, that they receive all that they come for, that they begin to laugh at what Satan wants them to be mad at. And from that place, healing, direction, and guidance begins to bring forth. I pray for relationships and marriages growing stronger as a result of this time. And we just thank you, God, for using us, allowing us to be vessels for your glory, for your use. And we love you, God, and we just thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. In your precious name, I pray, the name above all names, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Yes, thank y'all for having us. We truly appreciate the moment, the memories, and even the time today.
We got to dance on the way out. You got a GA? You gonna turn up in the background?
We just thank God for the middle, cause only that can part. Thank God for now.
Baby, let's take a scenic route. We can do the dance show, we can slow down. I think we found our rhythm now.
I know, right? I got
only
you some more.
so thank God for now. All is fair and love and war, okay, I know that's true. Some may pray on us, but we just pray through. Baby, let's take the scenic route. We can do the dance show, we can slow down.
Can we just be kids again? Laughing, holding hands, merry-go-round romance, jump into forever then. No matter the quest, I'm with you to the end. Through the tears and smiles, rain, sunshine, or clouds. Ooh, can we just thank God for the middle? Cause only death can part. Thank God for now.
Baby, let's take a scenic route. We can do the dash show, we can slow down. I think we found our rhythm now. Only death can part us, so thank God for now. All is fair and love and war, okay, I know that's true. Some may pray on us, but we just pray through. Baby, let's take the scene.